Hey, can I help
Hi,
you?
Miss lecroy here?
Have a seat right in here. Just be with you just a minute.
Oh, yeah, okay, I gotta move. Who? Hey, Miss lecroy.
How are you?
Doing all right? How you doing?
Good, good. Come on, we'll go in here. If you want to, have a seat. This is something that, Brenda was able to pull. And I don't know if you've already received these, but this is one here. So look over that.
I know just on that one night from the audio that you pulled for me, there were, the dispatcher told me there was 6 other calls just from that night alone. So,
And this might be the 6, I'm not sure.
Okay, 709. That would be from that night, yes. I believe so. Bless you.
Excuse me.
Yes, yeah, I have this one. This one is from, my phone call, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I have this one.
All right. This one is from 12/3/22. Looks like discharging firearms.
Yeah.
You wanted all the discharging firearms. Is that what the one is? Yes.
There should be like 5 or 6 more from just this night alone,
Okay.
from what the dispatcher told me on the phone.
That is 7/9.
Yeah, and it's 12/3. Yeah, that's when he shot at both of me and my girlfriend with a shotgun. And I have a copy of this also.
Okay, okay. I don't want to give you anything that you've already got, and that's what bothers me with trying to decipher where we're at with everything.
125. Boy, y'all go back that far? Oh wow.
This one's 125 also.
20. Yeah,
I went
I
ahead
have
and
these
had
ones.
her
Yeah.
pull as
I have all
anything
these.
that we had that showed up with these roads.
Yes. Yeah, this is when the first time that he actually came on my property and shot. Actually, it wasn't just him. It was a female, Ashley Perry, that came on my property and
So-
shot at me.
Did you have that one?
Yep.
You already have this one?
Yep. I have these ones as well.
Okay.
I'm
Do you
wondering
have this
about
one too?
let me see, and that's that's my call and then their call, I believe. Yeah, let's see which one's which. Yeah, that's when when they heard me screaming after she shot at me. I had my SKS leveled at her. I'm glad I did not shoot her.
Well,
She ran back, and I'm thinking that's about the time that they decided to call the cops on me after they trespassed and shot at me.
gotcha. What about this one? This one is on Stewart Road.
Stewart Road. I don't believe I have this one.
Okay.
9/18/23. three,
This other one that you said that there was 3 other, or 5 other calls.
5 or 6 other that night.
Was it
This
that
one,
one?
the dispatcher said, the 709. Yeah, because, I mean, she said just from that night that she already had received, 6 other calls. 5 or 6. I think
From
she said,
other-
she said 5, and then later on in the conversation, she says 6, so.
Was that other, civilians in the area?
Other reports of gunfire. She said you can,
I'm gonna grab a pen real quick.
and that's just from that night alone. And like, I mean, the cops came out there at least once a month. Last 3 hours of buzzed overhead. No, I don't have. This is the only one I haven't got.
Okay, so you.
And
You
actually,
don't have
I
that
actually
one.
got some of the audio from some of the calls that I don't have any. Just like when I was, when I was
Okay.
last year when I requested the audio, I ended up getting audio from something I didn't even request, but was related to my incident.
Okay,
So,
so,
like that I do not have.
okay, so need audio.
Like I want to kind of go through after kind of figuring out what CAD reports you have available before I get the audio. But what I was saying is that like I have audio that y'all had already given me that I didn't necessarily request, but is still related to. So I know there's
Is
more CAD
that
reports
one?
involved with it.
Now, see, the way that our system is, they tag these CADs to other calls.
Yeah.
So if you have, let's just say, if you have this call that came in at 11:20,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And then let's say there's another caller, 2 or 3 callers.
That's what they.
We can tie it all into one call. So chances are
Would that
your
be-
information that maybe you're looking for, or, you know, we would see it here, like, so this one says neighbor firing gun at his house. I think it's supposed to say thought it was target practice, but last 3 shots have buzzed over heads. That was 220 Stewart Road. And then it shows dispatch the unit went in service, this unit went en route. It says we do what they call alarm checks.
Yeah.
No good port service, so there's bad service up in that area at that time. 821 Meadows, clear alarms, entry revised, clear alarms.
That's his address, 821, I believe.
And then we,
Oh, so, well, that was actually the other neighbor, so that's them shooting, because one property they're shooting that way towards Edwards, and then they were in the neighbor's property also, the same people.
so what they
So,
done.
yeah, it's them, yeah, it's definitely them.
What I had, them pull was, and this was Brenda the other day, was pulling, any calls pertaining to any of those types of calls
Mm-hmm.
for any of those streets. And I said, at any time. So this is what was pulled, but could it have come from another road or from one of the streets that you didn't have listed in that first email that we talked about?
What could have come from there? The calls? Are you?
Yeah, because you're wanting all the types of calls that you specified. It was discharging firearms. It was a lot.
I know. Well, I'm kind of trying to figure out how exactly I can find out how many people, how many times over that 2-year period they've been calling on him for his behavior, him and the other neighbors for their shooting. And I'm sorry, it's like, I know I made it kind of expansive, but I mean,
It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It just takes a little time because we're pulling a list of calls those types of calls on those roads.
Yeah.
That's what I had her pull.
Definitely from July 9th, there should have been another 5 or 6 calls just from that night. I don't know if that would be indicated on the report saying that how many different calls were tied into this.
Yeah, let me look and see if there was another call that was tied into that. You said it was the July 9th one, so that one's this one here. We need audio for this one. I'm gonna pull the audio for you on this. This is why I had
Oh,
to come
well,
out.
I have the audio for
You
that.
have the audio
Yeah,
for
you
that?
gave, well, this is the one that you gave me, I believe,
Okay.
or,
I wanna
this
make
is,
sure.
well, this one's on this, September 18th, and that was for the, yeah, this isn't me, I mean, but, I mean, if you wanna pull the audio for this one, that'd be great, I wouldn't mind having that too,
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I
Okay.
mean, just,
Alright, so.
you know, cause this day and age, you gotta prove your innocence, you know, that whole innocent till proven guilty, it don't work like that.
Understand, yeah, so let me, this one here, with it being 7/9, you, are looking for 5 to 6
Yeah.
different audios.
Just from that night, I mean, like I said, I mean, there really ought to be, like, I mean, count
This was according to
Countless,
what the caller what the
the
dispatcher.
dispatcher, yeah. If you listen to that audio, she says that on there, it's like, oh yeah, we done got about 5 calls out, and then later on she says 6 calls, might have been having like one in the process or whatever.
Yeah, and she could have had her numbers mixed up, you know,
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like,
5 or
man,
6,
that was
I mean.
$500,000, it was
Yeah,
10.
yeah,
I don't know the deal.
yeah, it's something to
But
that
let me
effect.
see, so this is what she found with that list
Yeah,
of types of calls that you've given me.
because I
All
know the
those
cops were there
calls.
all the time, and there should be so many more records. I mean, just the amount of time that the police would come out there investigate, which they never did do any investigation until I told them I was going to expose their corruption. That audio, 2 days later, I got the body cam, and they are conspiring to find out reasons to arrest me. But like when from the 25th, the January 25th, like I gave them good information to be able to pull a warrant, and they didn't do any investigation. It's just, it's really frustrating, and I just want the truth. I want the truth 100%.
I know, and I, you know,
And
I
I know this is a lot of pain in the butt for y'all. and-
It's not, it's just a matter of just getting what you need.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're kinda the middleman of this whole thing,
Yeah.
which, you know, I told, you know, Brenda to check and see with all those types of calls, just pull everything that she could that's pertaining to any of those streets that were listed.
Cause
And I'm wondering, could it have been other streets? Because I know there's other roads up there, but if you're not getting what you are needing, I don't know how else to pull it.
I mean, I know for a fact, I've gone and talked to some of the neighbors, and they've told me about many times that they have called, and I haven't gotten any of those,
Where do
911
they
records.
live? Is that something that?
Right next door to me, I mean,
So
really.
it's got the same road?
So, some of them would be on the same road. I suspect a lot of them would be on Cottonwood Lane right there, maybe a
Was
couple.
Cottonwood Lane one of your roads?
Yeah,
Does it have
because it's like, it's
report?
right there, yeah, it's like right there behind it. Like, I'm just trying to, I'd probably go through and give you all the specific addresses that I think might have likely called, if that would make it easier.
It may.
Because I don't know if they necessarily give you their addresses when they call.
Some of them don't.
I'll go
And
through.
that's, if, to try to get everything that you're looking for, it
Yeah.
may require us to do that.
Yeah, okay. Well, I could just go through, like tax assessor and just find each address, like, maybe a few dozen of them, but I mean, like, I know there's a ton of calls, because the cops are out there a bunch, the neighbors would call all the time. And like, each time that I do an open records request, I get like another document that I had not gotten before that would lead me to find that suggests that there's even more that I haven't got. Like the last time I got the audio, where I, from from the January 25th, 2020, I requested that audio, and then when I got that audio also on that disc was included 2 other phone calls from other people in the neighborhood, but there was no reference information about, you know, any CAD reports or anything like that.
Gotcha. I'm gonna shut this door.
So like, you know, like, so each time I do it, I end up, you know, finding that there is more, you know, it's just like, I'm slowly, you know, peeling this onion back, and, you
Right.
know.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
So, so I'm going, this is the copies that I just made from what we're doing today. I want to take this one here and then that one, since I've written on it what you need.
Okay.
You've already got those other ones. Do you want copies of those again?
No, I've got multiple copies actually of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna make copies of these and give these to you since these are new.
I mean, like I was saying, I know.
Or you need something on it, is what I'm getting. And I'm charging for this.
I appreciate this so much. This means a lot to me.
I know.
It's like I'm pretty scared about what they're trying to do to me, and this is very scary. And I've been having to go through a lot. I've spent a lot of money on lawyers, and you know, it's.
Right. Okay. So as of right now, I'm going to pull the audio for this one here. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and staple these up where they're separated. I'm going to pull need audio for this call here.
Yeah, and that's from September 18th from Stewart Road, and yeah, that was 821. That was, yeah, that's when they were behind. That, you know, they really shouldn't have been shooting back there because it wasn't really safe.
This one here, Meadows, it doesn't have an address, you know.
That's, you know.
But we may have information in the here.
I mean, like, I just want to show that, like, I'm definitely was trying to videotape these neighbors' aggressive behavior.
Right.
And not what they claimed that I was trying to do. And that, because Bentley knew exactly what I was doing. Because, like, I mean, just 2 days before, I called up dispatch and told them exactly what I was doing. I talked to Deputy Linwood, and I told him that same night, 15 minutes after dispatch, and told him exactly what I was doing because I caught him out because he made contact with them. Dispatch told me that he did not make contact, and I was like, I just watched him make contact with all three of them. I got that body cam footage, and the body cam footage that they gave me, I suspect was from later in the night. And then they changed the heading on there to suggest it was from the time frame that I was looking for. And it definitely wasn't, because I seen 3 people, and in the video, he's talking to just the one person. So
I've got, you know, where, I mean, again, we're kind of like the middleman whenever it comes to the sheriff's department and the fire department, because they're their own department. And I can't speak for them, and I can't, you know, like body cams, I have no control over those, and I have no control over their people. Now, whenever Bentley worked here, if he was still working here, then I do have control over him in a 911
is he working at the
way.
sheriff's department still?
As far as I know, he was on duty last week, so I'm assuming he's still there.
Okay.
But I don't have him with us anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know, again, as far as this call here, and this is why I wanted you to come in, because out of what she found was that list of calls, or the list of road names and the types of calls that you first sent out, and that we've talked about a couple of times, that, you know, of what you're looking for.
Is like, I'm not sure exactly how y'all might put them in the incident code. I don't know if there's other various, what all your incident codes that may pertain to that, how they may have put it in.
Well, what she done was take the types of calls that you've given us.
Yeah.
And she punched in anything like it for firearms. Yeah. Guns, that's gonna generate anything with weapons, guns, and firearms. You know, and to break it down, we don't have, you know, the way that I told her, I said, just take it with anything in those roads in that area, you know, of not only your address, which was, I'm trying to remember
827.
what it was, but, you know, to try to break it down that way, and this is what she came up with.
I know from just talking with the neighbors and then little clues from all the other open records that there should be a lot of 911 calls on this guy for the shooting that he was doing. And none of them me. The only 2 calls I've ever made, y'all
Do you
got
know
to.
the guy's name?
Yeah, his name's Robert Caleb Allen.
Okay, so
I
we
believe
can
it was
look
on
that up.
the.
And
I believe
thought
I put it
saw
on the
in one of
open
these-
records report.
Yes.
He's
Well,
one of
there
them,
it is.
and also
Robert
the Summers.
Caleb Allen.
Yeah, and then the Summers, the Emily Summers and the
Emily
Gary
Summers.
Summers.
Gary Summers, yep.
And I mean, like I got body cam footage where the neighbors were telling the officers were making a report that they were threatening them, and then the officer said, "Yeah, I'll include that in my report." I get the police report; it's not included in there. Like any information that would shine negatively on them has been extracted out of all the police records. But I've managed to get a hold of some of the body cam footage that shows that they are omitting that from there, and for whatever reason, like, you know, I don't know their modus operandi for doing this for the sheriff's department. So I'm just trying to collect as much information and just, you know, like the more I, you know, dig into it, the deeper this rabbit hole goes, and you know, so
Right, and I'm trying to give you everything, you know, that we can, that we know where to pull it from. But if you've got addresses,
I guess I'll start going around knocking on all the neighbors' doors and asking them if they ever call 911. I mean, it might take me a while.
if you find out when, what, you know, if they can tell you a year,
Yeah.
right? Give me their address. Give me as much information as you can
I'll
for
try.
each neighbor.
I guess I'm gonna get to know my neighbors a little better.
I mean, again, I hate that, you know, this is something, but I'm trying to give you what you're looking for.
Yeah, I
And this
understand.
is what we've got
understand.
so far. And I will be back in contact with you because we're gonna pull the audio for that one, and then I'm gonna get this audio here and see this particular day how many calls truly came in for this type of call.
You know, it's like I'm just trying to get the expanse of like how disruptive this was and like how violent
Right.
this was. Like my son don't even want to come home no more. Like you know, he stays gone at his mom's now most time. He was living with me, you know, going through all this stuff, and he don't even want to come around. Like, he stays gone. He don't want to be there because he's scared of the people are crazy. You know, and it's like,
Right.
you know, I mean, thank God his mom, you know, he can go stay with his mom. I mean, you know, so I'm thankful for that. So, but you know,
Yeah.
and it's, you know, my girlfriend don't want to come over no more. She's scared. We heard that he's back in the neighborhood again.
Oh, he's back over there? I thought he left. I thought you said he left and moved out.
I've heard he's close by at one of the nearby roads, and you know, so she don't even want to be there. She's scared that he's going to drive by and shoot us up, and like I'm gonna have all my ducks in a row so I can file charges on him because like I got video, I got it on YouTube where he shoots at us while we're sitting on the porch with a 2-second time delay, and it's like I know it ain't lethal. Birdshot's not lethal at that distance, but it's not safe. It's still aggravated assault. It's still 2 counts of aggravated assault, and I've took it up to Captain Mooney, and nobody is interested in doing anything, and they're just, you know, prosecuting me off you know, baseless claims.
Gotcha.
And so I'm just, you know, I'm just looking for any and every piece of truth that I can get.
Exactly. I don't blame you.
And what you have given me so far, I mean, like I'm grateful for it. So
Well,
I mean,
I want to give you as much as we can. I mean, I want to give you everything that I can find. But that's what I'm saying is what I mean by I can.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna go knock on doors and I'll try to get you some better information.
If you have, you know, their time, and what I mean by time, you know, they don't have to narrow it down to 11:42 at night. You know, but if you have the date We can look it up by date, we can look it up by
I don't
address,
think I'll
we
be
can
able to
look
get
it up
date.
by names.
Unless they still got the same phone and they can
That's
look,
what I'm saying,
pull
that
up
may
their
make a
call
difference
log.
too. Right, but if you give us,
That's usually
if
2
they give an
years.
address, you know, sometimes people you know, if you've been in 911 long enough, people will say, well, I don't know the address, it's over here on,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
you know, Meadows Road,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but I don't know the address, and then, as a matter of fact, this one just shows Meadows, it doesn't give an address, so it looks like they've sent them out to Meadows.
Oh, they knew exactly where to go.
But that's what we get as dispatchers.
Yeah.
And so whenever we go to pull it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm. Yeah, I'm kind of figuring that out. All this. I'm learning.
It's a, you know, try to narrow it down to what we can. We can pull all the calls on Meadows. We can pull all the calls on, but we don't. And that's what's confusing me, because I'm like, I got that list of road names that you've given me, and I've gotten that, the names that she's pulled, and I've gotten your address, and, you know, we are just hitting these walls and not being able to get more information.
I know there should be at least a couple more
two.
just on that night. That one on
The 7-9.
yeah, July 9th.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull it, I'm
I mean-
gonna get her to pull it, she's actually off tomorrow, so, she'll be back, what's today, Monday, so she'll be back, Wednesday.
I mean, I guess after this, if y'all can't find anything, then I mean, I guess it is what it is, and I'm not gonna try to
Let's
bother
not
y'all
give
too
up
much.
yet, let's just see what we can find out. Those other, you know, this particular day in July might be able to say more whenever, we pull all the call lines, you know,
It's like
but I don't know why we didn't already have that, if that's a call that was generated, because they're tied in together, is what I was trying to explain a while ago, is, you know, the way that, if we had 5 callers for one call, these 5 callers are gonna be generated into this call.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like this one here's a new one, so I mean that's got a little bit of progress.
Good, hey.
Yeah.
At least I was able to get something that you didn't have.
And I appreciate getting the audio that you got for me, because I mean that shows that I was very open with Jasper County about my intentions, and it's like I made it very clear before I started doing this, and I didn't really want to do it, but they started. It was across the street, but then they started moving all that partying and gun shooting to right behind my house, which is like 100 foot from my back door. And there's no safe place to shoot back there. And like my son,
address?
the 820,
Behind you.
the right next door to me, it's like we side by side.
Okay.
821, I believe.
Okay, so they were on Meadows as well, or
yeah. He became the troublemaker became friends with the neighbors next door. And then, like, I was out there watching one day when all the cops are out there when, I guess, Gary Summers tried to commit suicide. I didn't know he tried to commit suicide that night. I mean, like, I'm not, you know, I just seen a bunch of cops back there, and I know that they're friends with the neighbors shooting guns all the time. I thought somebody got killed.
Gotcha.
But, you know, and after that, they didn't like me very much because of that. And he started hanging out with them and started shooting. And if you need to go answer that,
You're fine. It's in the pocket. No, you're fine.
Well, you know, and like they started bringing it like right there because like he was doing that on purpose because like they were under the impression that I was the one calling the cops on them all the time. Like I got him on body cam footage. He says that he's the one that's calling 911 on us, and like I never did. I'm my own business. It's like the one time when they actually came on my property and shot at me, I called 911, and then I called the non-emergency number to let Jasper County know my intentions of exposing this stuff, and then that's when I got in trouble. And it's, you know, I'm just, I just felt very threatened by this. They'd be aggressive to the neighbors. I got on body cam footage. The neighbors were saying like they were threatening to whoop their butt and whatever. And it's like I tried to mind my own business. I was just, you know.
Right.
And it's like as soon as I tried proving and showing what was going on by recording it, that was it. And I got body cam. I tried getting the body cam footage of Bentley I requested it specifically, and instead of getting it for Bentley, they gave it to not Linwood but Pearson 2 days later. But luckily, well, they must not have paid attention on it, because on that body cam footage they talk about Bentley coming over there 2 days later, and they denied me that body cam footage, and it's just,
Yeah, I wish I could help you with the body camera, but I can't. Again, it's something that's.
Yeah, I know that's not you. I'm sorry.
But I understand the frustration, and I know that, what we can do is what we're doing, and that's
I appreciate it very
trying
much.
to,
I appreciate it so
narrow
much.
it down to, maybe getting even more out of this audio here.
If I could just get the calls from that night, I'd settle for that. I just, I need, I need to demonstrate like this guy, and it seems like every single one of these CAD reports that I'm getting are, it's so difficult to get the ones where people are calling on these people. And it's like they want to get, I got in every other one but those ones. And it's like nobody's ever called 911 on these people. And it's like, I know there's been a bunch of 911 calls. And it's just like, why can't I get them? Can they be deleted out of the system?
Well, we go back 3 years.
It's like nobody could manually delete them or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
That's law. But in order for us to find it, we have to have the information.
Yes.
And that's where I'm trying, like I said, I've given it to Brenda to try to narrow it down to the street names that you've given, to the types of calls that you've given. Any kind of call, no matter if it's from a Joe Smith that's not even involved in this, but he was shooting at birds, on the power line.
Yeah.
And not even having anything to do with this, but whatever we can get that had shots fired or whatever that list that you had given me.
Okay.
So, I would suggest let me pull these, and then on top of that, you do your work of trying to get me more information.
I'll compile some addresses, see if that helps.
Pull
some names and addresses. I'll get to work as soon as I go wash all this fiberglass off of me.
Uh-oh.
Insulation.
Oh.
But yeah, I'll work on that, Mr. LaCroix.
Okay.
And let's see if we can't make it. I appreciate very much all the work that y'all doing here. Very much. Thank you, Miss Brenda, for helping. I appreciate it.
Yes.
It's like I don't understand how the system
Have
works.
you met Brenda before? She was
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah,
Okay.
when I did my first couple of requests.
Okay.
I'm professional at this, I think.
Well, hopefully we'll get you everything that you need. I know it's been a heartache and headache for you, so just don't think that it's like I said, it's just a matter of narrowing it down to get what you need. I don't know, why it's not pulling up with what information you've given me. I can't explain that because of the system that we have, it should pull all those calls in that road.
Well, I know one of the 911 reports was edited after the phone call, so I don't know if they could go back and edit certain things out and get rid of certain keywords.
Now, so would that not be what you're...
Revised, they said it was revised.
What, on the CAD report?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sometimes like that,
CFL,
the mistake that I made, or that I saw that somebody made with the word fault.
Yeah.
THOUGHT should have been on there, but on the CAD report it said though.
Yeah.
And like all the, or.
On that 709, the one on your desk there from the 709, they revised a good little section of it. Actually,
it could be. It could be where they said, they spelled a lot of stuff wrong. Yeah. And so they were like, oh man, I'm just trying to type it all in there. Let me go ahead and try to fix the spellings up. And so they'll go and edit the spellings. But they can't take out everything completely because our system won't allow that. Yeah. But it will allow them to tweak it to where it's hopefully a little bit more professional.
I got you. Good luck finding it. I really hope y'all have some success. I will try to get you some addresses and names, anything that I can to make it easier on you guys. I'm sorry, this. I feel so bad about it. Thank you very much, Mr. LaCroix.
Yes, sir. We'll try to get you what you need.
okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.